Volunteerism is the principle of donating time and energy solely for the benefit of others. There are several volunteer programs in the Federation. One of such group is Chipeen.
So Chipeen, or hopefully I'm saying it right, you'll tell me later, is a platform that seeks to connect volunteers with volunteer opportunities. Their goal is for every citizen in our federation to engage in a volunteer activity at least once per year. Chipeen works with groups and organizations by matching their needs to local volunteers. So join us in welcoming the founder of Chipeen Volunteer Center, Phynora Ible. Phynora, welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Thank you.
Good morning.
So first things first, was I saying the name correctly?
Yes, it's called Chipeen.
Nice.
Yes.
Got it. All right, so it has an interesting name, and I'm pretty sure that we can kind of gauge why you chose that name, but why don't you tell us in your own words?
So Chipeen came from the colloquial term when we say chip in and do your part, chip in and help. So chip in. So we just added it as EEEN instead of chip IN. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so you're the founder of the group. Can you tell us more about volunteerism and why it meant so much to you?
Okay, so I did a training with Sustainable Destination Council, I think in 2018 or 19.
The good old days, huh?
And from the training, I was left with the question, what can I, as a citizen, as a resident of St. Kitts, do to help my country with my skills? How can I make St. Kitts a better place? So I brainstormed, and I realized that there was a gap between volunteers and volunteer opportunities. So I decided to start a volunteer center. I brainstormed with my colleagues at the Department of Environment at that time, and we came up with the name Chipeen Volunteer Center.
That's great.
All right, so again, in your own words, although I'm sure we can kind of gauge it, the mission, official mission of the Volunteer Center.
So Chipeen's mission is to connect and coordinate volunteers with volunteer opportunities in St. Kitts. So we go out and we look for volunteer activities with different organizations, and we bring the volunteers to those organizations.
So how exactly are these opportunities submitted to the program? I think we're talking a bit offset, and you were telling us you don't actually have a physical location. We're virtual, and we appreciate that. So how do you actually connect those two different sets of people together?
Okay, so any organizations who needs a volunteer, they contact us, and we put it in our database. When persons sign up, then it matches them with their expertise, and we contact them, they show up, volunteer, and that's it.
That sounds really very simple. So again, how would they contact you? Online, there's a site, there's a social media site. How would they find you?
So we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we started a YouTube channel. And persons can actually call me on my cell, 869-667-7575, and let me know that they need volunteers, or call anyone on our team and let them know, and we will match the volunteers with the organization.
In terms of the opportunities that you have been able to provide for people who want to volunteer, what's that like? Because you said before that you go out and you look for those opportunities. So walk us through that a little bit.
Okay, so we have partners, and we partner with different organizations. So currently, we partner with Good Deeds Day. It's an organization in Israel.
Oh, wow.
And they have volunteers throughout the world. So every year in April, they have what you call Good Deeds Day, where they encourage persons to do good deeds during that day. Well, they have grown really big. They have like over 1 million volunteers now. So they encourage persons to do good throughout the entire year. So what they do, they partner with different organizations, and they would finance different activities. So thus far, well, this upcoming April, we are partnering with them, and we are going to do some projects in St. Kitts with the various organizations, training for youths. We are going to be doing activities like planting, tree planting, because we're very environmental conscious at Chipeen. And also we have other activities where we'll be partnering with several organizations. Apart from that also, we have partnered with Ruth Liebert Foundation, and we have placed some mobile libraries in Keyon and Keys, where persons can just walk up to the mailbox looking library and take out books and read at their leisure and return them in about 3 weeks so that other persons can benefit. However, in the library, there are books that does not have the RFL stamp, and persons are free to keep those books if they desire. Also, we've partnered with the youth department and the social services department, and we have connected volunteers with elderly, where they have gone and helped elderly with their homes, to help them clean them, etc. So we find opportunities by partnering with several local organizations and international organizations.
That's really interesting. I'm very intrigued by the mobile library. Like, what sparked that idea, and what has the response been to that?
Okay, so that idea came out of Ruth Libert Foundation. So they're the one who funded it, and they're the one who came up with the idea. Chipeen's role there was to coordinate the entire process and make it happen. So we had the launch last year, November, of that library, and the persons have been going to the libraries, and we plan to put little surprises in the libraries. So if you're planning to go to the libraries, look for little surprises. We may have puzzles inside there and other gifts inside there for persons who go to the libraries.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely remarkable. I want to talk to you a little bit about the ages as well of the people who are volunteering. What can you tell us about that? I know you mentioned something about youth before, so ages, please.
Okay, so our vision is for everybody to be involved in volunteer activities. So we are hoping that persons as small as infants and as old as 99, 100 and something can be involved in some aspect of volunteering. Whether it's just helping your neighbor, whether it's just planting a tree, or whether it's just giving somebody a hug, something. So we just want persons to be involved in making their communities a better place.
That's really, really nice. And we mentioned a little earlier that, it's online, it's virtual for now. I mean, given the circumstance. But do you plan on building a physical location anytime soon?
Well, hopefully, as we grow, we plan to have a physical location where persons can get free food, free stuff, where persons can come and just volunteer for different activities. We also started a Facebook page where persons can donate anything they don't want that's in great condition. So we believe in zero waste. Well, we're hoping that one day we will get closer to zero waste. I know zero waste is almost impossible, but we can get as close as possible to zero. Yes, to zero waste as a country. So if you have 2 shirts, 2 pants, if you have 2 shoes and they're in good condition, you have 2 watches, instead of just having it in your home and sitting for years and eventually have to just throw it out, you can just go on the Facebook page and take a picture of it and put it up and say, hey, I'm giving this away to somebody who would appreciate it more than I appreciate it at this particular time.
All right, Ms. Ible, I want to pick your brain a little bit, because as someone who's been involved in volunteering for, as long as you have, and also to the extent that you have been, is there a favorite project of yours? And is there an ideal project of yours that you'd like to see?
Okay, so I was involved in an environmental project. So anything environmental touches my heart. And I would like to see projects where we stop littering.
Yes.
Because we have all of these beach cleanup and community cleanup, and those can be alleviated by persons stop littering, because we're actually going out there and picking up your litter. So if we could have a project where we clean up St. Kitts together, everybody, and we just stop littering. So then St. Kitts would be one of the cleanest Caribbean country, or one of the cleanest country in the world. That's dear to my heart. I would love to see projects where we actually go deep and deal with the issue of littering and alleviate many of the environmental problems that we face because of our own acts.
Well, I mean, we spoke recently in the news about moving closer to banning single-use plastics.
Okay.
So we'll keep our fingers crossed that soon we'll work on littering and we'll work on being better human beings. So we're almost out of time. So can you remind us of how we can contact you if we wanted to volunteer? I think it's something that we should add to our bucket list, Jamie.
If we wanted to chip in.
Yes. If we wanted to chip in, how can we contact you?
Good. So if you want to chip in, you can chip in by calling my number 869-667-7575, or you can go to our website, which is chipeen.org, CHIPEEN.org, and you can sign up as a volunteer, or you can visit our Facebook page and find more information about Chipeen.